Greetings, family. As you all know, I just finished a video called an episode called Malaria versus Flu Symptoms. So, in this video, I want to talk about what you should do if you are sick. Okay. One of the things I realized that I really did not have in place was a way for my contacts to communicate with each other, right? I mean, we all fill out that, at least I hope we do, fill out that little emergency section in your passport, who should be contacted if something happens to you. But a lot of times, the people you're dealing with locally don't have your folks' contact information in the States. Like, we need to make sure that our people in the States know who we're staying with, know who to contact in case of emergency, whether something happens there or happens here. Maybe some of y'all did that, but I didn't. Like, I've really been moving like with spirit and just listening. But guess what? Spirit didn't say nothing about me putting my emergency contacts in place. So please, y'all, make sure you do that, because that made me say to my son, does my son even know I have a business partner? Does my business partner know I have a son? And vice versa, and who I'm staying with, and who my neighbors are, who my landlord might be, who my realtor might be. Like, I want to make sure all of my people have a way of contacting each other and knowing each other. So that was the first thing that was important. Like, make sure you do that, get that in place. Um, the other thing that brought that to my attention was that there was an elder in the Gambia who I did not know, but was well known. And from what I understand, she was a beautiful spirit. I've heard some beautiful stories about her. Her name was Dr. Beverly. She passed after just recently celebrating her 80th birthday, and they had a celebration of life for her today. And I wanted to mention that, right? Because when we think about getting ill, I don't know that we necessarily think about it happening when we're moving to our final destinations, or when we're going through that transition in life, when we're moving to that second chapter. But there have been so many pioneers before us that we don't even know about, and I've mentioned that in several of my videos when I've interviewed elders who are like, I've been on a continent since 95, right? You are not the first single woman to come to the continent. You're not the first married couple to come to the continent. Some of us just choose not to put our business on social media. And quite honestly, it's probably best that you don't a lot of times, right? Think about it. If you are a single woman coming to the continent, do you want everybody to know you're a single woman coming to the continent? Not just because, oh, there'll be all these people chasing you that want to marry you, but there could also be people who want to stalk you or cause you harm, or think that because you're by yourself, that you can be taken advantage of or led astray. Never let anybody think you're by yourself, right? You always have a support system in place. You always have people you maintain in contact with. You always have people you communicate with. Let your presence be known to people who really matter, not just to the general public. As you know, it is rainy season in the Gambia. I don't know if y'all can hear the rain, but it is coming down right now. I am in my beautiful uh, canopy bamboo bed that I had made. So I'm sitting really high up with an amazing view of the ocean. It's kind of dark right now, so I'm just kind of listening to the raindrops. But this is my space, my creative space that I've made, my little treetop hideaway, if you will, to do what I need to do. And I wanted to share that information. So, coming to the continent, whether you're alone or with family, be careful about how you document your whereabouts, how others document your whereabouts, because some of us don't really think like that. We're not thinking in terms of you could be putting someone in harm's way. You could be in harm's way, or you need to let your support system know the contacts, right? So for me personally, although I did not have certain people in touch with each other, I have now put that in place. But I have YouTube family that knew exactly how I was moving, where I was, even when I wasn't online, right? So I'm so grateful for them. And I had made contacts from being here previously with people who knew I was here and who I was staying with. and they had me over to dinner. I had bumped into YouTubers in the community. Like I bumped into, blacks in the community, and we had a conversation about haters, right? Haters ain't nothing but overzealous fans. I've been telling my baby that since he was little, and I shared that with Juliet from Black Sid. She was having a conversation in the parking lot, and then another day I was going past Mosiah's cafe, Brother Molly's spot, and his beautiful wife. And I ran, they were closing, and the brother from Temdry World that, was with African Tigress happened to be coming out, tall brother. And I stopped him. I was like, hey, I'm one of your subscribers. I was like, I'm on my way to an appointment and this spot is closing, but I was not going to walk past you and not greet you. So I left him, and then I was going to an appointment at the Gambia Tourism Board, which he didn't even know was in the same building. But, I have a way of finding what I need, making contacts with people that I need, and I don't necessarily put it on YouTube all the time because everything ain't for YouTube, right? Y'all will find out in due time. I've also had some amazing conversations with Puma Jones. Like, I just really dig this sister. She is so real. None of the fake, inconsistent nonsense that you see on YouTube. One minute somebody's your sister friend, the next minute they not. The next minute people trying to be spiteful. Like, just none of that, right? Just consistent. If you need help, I'm here. We moving. We trying to unify and make moves, and that's what it's supposed to be about. So I've just run into some amazing people. I'm really trying to hook up with some of the sisters that are native to the continent. Um, and I reached out to a few people, and when they get back to me, I'll be sure to let you all know. Um, and definitely running into the brothers everywhere you go. You see some amazing people. I just passed King's Gym the other day, and I'm really thinking about checking out King's Gym. I don't know if it's just for men. I haven't seen any ladies there, but I like to lift a little heavier sometimes, especially when I do squats and stuff. So I'll be checking them out. I ran into a single sister who came to the Gambia that has a yoga. She does yoga on the beach. She does private dance lessons as well as group lessons. And she just sent me a text the other day and was like, I came to the continent by myself, and there were some sisters already here that took me under their wing, and I would like to extend that to you. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. I have a support system, but your support system can never be big enough, right? And sisters are truly looking out for each other. They're making the connections, and that's what I love to do. I like to connect people. So in that, I want to say when I told them that I wasn't feeling well, folks had remedies. Folks had suggestions. They had, like they started saying this is a common thing. They heard about it before. I remember telling Mama Nasira and Dr. Joe from Spicy Tasty Vegan I wasn't well. They was at my spot in a heartbeat with a citrus detox tonic for me. They prepared a veggie meal. Y'all saw me put that on Instagram, and I was able to stomach that meal bit by bit because I just couldn't eat. But they actually prepare food that is like medicine. So check out my Instagram, ALM the artist, and y'all will get to see a few of the meals that they had prepared for me. During that time, I wasn't feeling well, but it was like, coming in waves. I was having different symptoms. Um, but the detox they gave me, I did that every morning, and that really helped. I could feel myself start to sweat and release some of the toxins that might have been, just the bad stuff that gets in there somehow. And I was doing a detox on a daily basis until I finished it. So I'm sure that probably helped me ride out the symptoms I was having. So I would definitely say talk to your holistic practitioners. They also gave me dried herbs. They gave me teas to prepare. So when I was trying to drink a little bit of orange juice and it was too sweet, I would add the herbal tea that I made from the herbs they gave me to those teas. I would add the herbs to my water that I was drinking. So I'm one that will try to move preventatively, not just try to go straight to a doctor. I try to move holistically, preventively, and then I may get a confirmation that what you're doing is working, or you still need something a little stronger. And that's what I did. And I was very pleased with that. And Mama Nasir and Dr. Joe have been such a blessing because they called, they checked on me. They was like, "Do you need anything?" So I even went to their house when I was feeling a little weak, and Mama and Sarah had packed up them herbs for me, put some stuff in some Ziploc bags. I need you to take this. I need you to boil this. Here's some food for you for right now to hold you over. It was just a blessing. Sisters from the UK calling and checking on me, coming by. They just was like, "Are you all right? Do you need anything?" And so I realized that I did have a network system that I didn't even know I could depend on, because these were people I have been communicating with and established a rapport with. So be sure to do that, right? And no, go back to your remedies that you know. Like I told you, I'm old school. I made a chicken soup. I made some fish tea, and that really got my stomach right. Along with the vegetarian stuff that I was eating as well. Like I did it all from a very natural, clean way, and I was able to heal myself and also to let other people know what these symptoms look like and how you can take care of yourself and you can heal yourself with the help of professionals, holistic practitioners, as well as medical professionals. But I wanted to make sure I mentioned that because I didn't get better alone, right? And I'm going to stay healthy because now I'm doing my own juicing. I'm getting back to eating. Now I'm in my own space so I can prepare things the way I need to prepare them. Also, think about your environment, right? Because if you're in a toxic environment and you're not well, that's another thing that can have you not well. So you got to be sure, like, watch who you're eating from. Watch what type of energy you taking in. Um, Notify your people what's going on with you. So as you're improving, they're getting the news that you're improving, and let people know what you need, because, excuse me, it may not be something that you could actually do on your own. But I feel much better. I'm blessed. I'm thankful for all those who came, my angels that came and checked on me. I checked in with the ancestors and let them know, like, I imagine that this is part of this journey that y'all want me to know I need to detox as I'm moving through this spiritual journey. So just make sure, like, I feel like sometimes there's so much information. I don't want to be all over the place, but I did not want to forget those important people. I don't want y'all to forget to let your important people know, to exchange contacts, to have a communication chain set up, right? To let people know that you're okay and that if you need anything, you can get what you need, and how important those things are. The other thing is, like, some people like to check in with their embassies when they arrive. For me, I've been here past 30 days, so I have to do a check in with immigration where they stamp my passport. And so that's like a check in as well. Stay on top of that stuff so you don't forget. Um, Oh, there was one other symptom that I had that I forgot to mention, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. I remember feeling like my ears were clogged, right? Like I was talking, but I felt like I was talking in a tunnel. And when people would talk to me, I felt like I had to strain to listen. It was like they were in a vacuum. All of that was going on in my head, right? That it just was like I felt like I was breathing fine. Like I didn't have a runny nose or anything like that. But the clogging in my eardrums, I was like, I hope I don't get an ear infection. But as soon as that pressure started to release, I could hear things more clearly. I could hear the whole time, but it sounded like it was in a vacuum and it was very difficult. People would be talking to me and I had to be like, what was that? Like, could you repeat that? And really be paying attention to them as they was talking. I was like, what is up with my hearing? Forgot to mention that symptom. That was another symptom that was a little strange. I had never experienced anything like that. I remember even, you know how you hold your nose and you blow out through your ears? That didn't even work. Like pop in your ear, like when you're on a plane. I tried to do that. That didn't work. That didn't work. My equilibrium was off. Like I would get up to walk and feel like a little dizzy, right? Like vertigo or something like that. So that was another symptom that I had, really, y'all. So I mentioned the chills, the hot flashes, the headache, the nausea, feeling like my equilibrium was off with my hearing, my balance. Um, no diarrhea or anything, no vomiting. It was nothing like that. It definitely was like all of a very physical type of feeling. I didn't have any body aching. I just remember feeling really weak and like I was moving really slow. That was the other thing. So I wanted to share that and make sure I gave y'all all the symptoms and all of the little precautions that you could put in place to make sure you're okay for your journey. I hope this was helpful. Blessings. May you all stay healthy and not have to deal with this. But if you do, know that it's normal and that you can, you'll survive it, right? You'll survive it, you'll overcome it, and you will continue to live your best life. So I want to say blessings. I thank you for your time again, and I'll see you in the next one.